Good afternoon, brethren, and welcome to another episode on Spotlight on the Word. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Telegram, as well as TikTok. You can download our app on the Play Store, the Google Play Store, as well as the App Store. Today we have with us our honorable guest in the name of Madam Faustina Asare. Our sign language interpreter is Miss Elsie Edinam. Thank you once again for joining us on Spotlight on the Word. That's all we know the truth. Good afternoon, Madam.
Good afternoon, Abigail.
Welcome to Spotlight on the Word.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us and for honoring our invitation as well. Today we are going to have some discussions with you about your life, your work, and how it has helped shape your Christian life. Can you please tell us something small about you?
Okay, thank you. My name is Faustina Asare. Currently, I am working with the Village of Hope as the managing director for the Hope Christian Academy, the basic school. And I'm married with 4 biological kids. And I'm also blessed with hundreds of foster children because of the work that I do at the Village of Hope. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, me who say like one collaborate collab the stories and say collabiani na share your stories. But I say who share your childhood.
Okay.
How was it like? What did you do growing up as a girl in your family? What was it like?
Yeah. Growing up as a girl in my family, Bama Busi me, actually, me in Kwetia, in the mountains, yeah. And not be the second girl. Until 10 years, Betimia Kaya. They are quite fun. I had some fun times and also some challenging times. Let me start with the fun part.
Sure.
Yes. Maybe a second girl until we did best 11 years, and my for a baby boy. So I was blessed to have the opportunity to practice motherhood at that early stage with him, and also with my the senior sister, because she was my senior sister. I had the opportunity to learn a lot from her and to be able to acquire all the tips as a young girl from her. A good example. And also for that matter, I was happy to have a sister to play with.
Okay.
Yeah, at home.
So what are some of the challenges? How was
challenging? Yeah. As I said earlier, I was born at Kwao, and I stayed from my early childhood days. I stayed at Nkoko, the Eastern region, and that particular time, if I remember, what was happening was where I stayed. My family house was, and our school was quite a distance. If I can remember, it was about from every day I have to walk 3 miles to school and then 3 miles back. And you have to do it through, it was very remote area, so you have to walk through the bushes and find my way to school, and the same time come back to the house on everyday basis. In the same way, a quiet wasan, if you are then until you do not late, near late. Until you at that time, no so. We later punishment by Cope and near the mouth. And one now by that easy, say, quiet things over sun until you are now late near San Chawaba account. For my other parts, another challenging part, which now I understand, but for that period I didn't get it because I had a very strict father for being a girl. He was so strict on the girls, his girls. So for asking for permission to go out for social activities was not easy. So now I understand it better. But that particular period, I was finding it difficult to understand him, what he was trying to do. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go school, Kaka. Let's go to school. What was your favorite subject? Do you remember your favorite teacher, as we say, or your best teacher? Who were your friends? You know, did you grow up with them? Where are they now?
My favorite teacher was my kindergarten teacher. She was called Auntie Mary. I don't know where she is now, but she really taught me a lot, because that time we were small and she had all the patience that we needed at that moment. But like I say, so my story teacher before climbing for the managing director's position. I think she was also a key factor in my motivation for the little ones. Yeah, and my favorite subject was social studies, because it talks about the whole history and other aspects of life. I kind of enjoy that. Yeah.
Okay. We are still on school.
Yeah.
Which schools did you attend? Maybe your primary, JHS, SHS, university level.
Okay. Beginning from back at Nkoko, at my primary school days, I attended Christian Preparatory School. It was a Church of Christ established school back then. And around the 80s, we moved because of my father's work, and we have to relocate to Accra. So when I got to Accra, I also went to another school called New Life Preparatory School in Accra. Then from there, I went to the secondary school part. I went to Okwapamai Secondary School at Akropon, yeah. And then later came down to Game Park for my degree program.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Madam Faustina Asare, the Managing Director of Hope Christian Academy. Okay, so tell us about some of your friends when you were growing up, maybe through the senior high school, university. Can you tell us about some of them?
Yes. Growing up, what happened was I kind of grew a lot with the guys. I don't know why, because I was very active and had some guy friends back then. And then in the secondary school days, I realized I really wanted some ladies friends, which we ended up very close friends. One girl, and she was even my maid of honor. Yeah, she was supposed to be my maid of honor. So we grew up, and then after school we still stayed in touch. And I don't know whether if I can mention names. She's Nicolina, Bafo, and I had Beatrice and other friends who, So it was quite fun. And that I was enjoying my school days, because at home it was quite straight to the point. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's talk about the church.
Yes.
Are your parents members of the church? Have they always been members of the church? And which year did you baptize? How did it feel?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. One second. My parents, I would say I was born into the church. They were church members since when I started growing up. I was born into the church, so I had a good example. I would say I was one of the blessed ones to be part growing up in a Christian family. So I really enjoyed that part. And then until we moved to Accra, then I got baptized in 1991 at the Nsawamro Church of Christ.
Okay, so you are originally in Nsawamro Church of Christ member.
Yes.
Okay. So as a fono, any impact be wa brabo mu?
Big time, yeah. Bebre.
example. Stories maybe paper.
That's it. Enti me de hwa asafo no sene a me so me kan me de kan say me lucky say e wo me tu mu na. That time no na wo hwe enkoko church that time ne ye de babeto aso aka na asafo no and somewhere ye can't even man for going there we are strong party. Yeah, they really was teaching us a lot how to evangelize and how to even lead your life as a Christian young girl. So I was able to pick those teachings, and then it helped me to also shape my life. It made me say that time I go school, I now going because I saw you boring. They all say, sorry. Because teaching that time, we try and yet Emma, the abroad also pepe. Even say, I can't say we are separate that time. Because of teachings, I mean, Yanis and Yaoma to me now come, and 1 year, youth program, now sometimes. They create some activities about boy youth night so into a boy even I'm making so much impact. I'm asking you, I'm Juma, me worry, me copy, I'm letting me more than skills I'm hearing now, me because so a Juma, they see me. Okay. That I've no day, I'm me papa.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Madam Faustina Asare, just as she's saying, Asafono Abwane Pa. And so you should also do well to involve yourself in church activities. Thank you. This is Spotlight on the Word. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, as well as TikTok. Spotlight on the Word. That's all may know the truth. Now back to our conversation. We are still in your growing up, stage or phase. But you'll bet me a catcher some memorable events I see or a brabuma like Emma when you G and I say Emma or real whole pa a day exercise and it brought changes into your life.
Okay. Medical can mean qualabrim. Now agrobia. So we was school them planning a because it was a friendly hunting insects or whatever. We go after school, we go and hunt insects. So I don't know dragonfly and then butterflies. We go hunt for them. So enti na ye train say me maame mo be idwabode plantains na ya fa skin no peel no because here sa slimy part na won't mean no. See ever pry one broomstick, then a bottle of jug with a cover. Now you pop around the neighborhood. Inti yen nam ready musa making your shirt be simple, something with some little costumes near the nam. Now you hunting for the dragonflies and butterflies. Inti Oko what they Brian can no apple bang a no step on one branch and now they are canning nine and that was sticky. Then you drop it into the jug. See she be brain you maybe do nice say jar man we count okay you were able to catch this amount, then it's like a fun game for us which we were enjoying at that time.
We never played such games, so
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And at the about Mekaya, there quite I would say a sad part of my one time that my birthday and people pack so train will feel maybe birthday amount. Man, I say I'm now for a baby amount. I had also another background of going to a catering school.
Okay.
Yes. So I was attending a catering school in Accra here. And now my baby, I sign. It's me PA, my name now for. Afe, you be do cycle here. Afe, na Wednesday. So when we say Wednesday, be teachings. Funny for me, I saw some of my uncles around buying food with my friends, and it was about 5:30 p.m. almost church time. So they were thinking, okay, from there I'm coming to the church. My friends say, oh, me go school back. Me so akwada me DHD. Me no mo say na day no school no be big jams. It was our last day. We go room. The boss 6 am here say me be sin akwasori no. Gate nechi I choked with a lot of people trying to come in. Me so me intime nko. No mo convince me. Oh, tna enye hwe tna. Madam be mo note anopa na de kwachopa. Me ken me so fie. Oh, you're so straight. Me sure sa na me tin say, yeah, friend me say papa ba. And the embarrassment that I
can imagine.
It wasn't easy. So I really learned a lot from that particular time. Say, when it's my birthday, I have to be careful, listen to my parents. And I would have also stayed at home and had a good time.
Yes.
But coming all the way to Circle, returning, the church was just somewhat here. And I have to go back to school to get into trouble. So I learned a lot from that part. Okay. It wasn't easy.
Okay, so you mentioned a catering background.
Yes.
Well, when did you become interested in catering?
Right after my secondary school, when I was waiting period. I love cooking a lot, so I decided to enroll and polish that kind of skill. So I even from before I moved to our current place, Fete, I was practicing a lot of catering, cooking for the guests there before I branched into education.
So, what was your childhood dream job? You know, when we are all kids, we have some dream jobs we wish to do. So, what was your childhood dream job? Or did you always want to be an educator?
No, not really. Not really. I wanted to be a secretary, and at a certain point, I jumped to be thinking I want to be a caterer. Okay. So I felt like after secondary, I was on the right path, and so God pointed me to another direction that you're also good in taking care of kids in educational side. So,
So what did you study in SHS?
SHS business.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And in GEMPA?
GEMPA, I did entrepreneurship in business administration.
Okay, so you have a very good background in business. Okay.
Remember, I'm from Kwao, so I'm a Kwao woman. So
I'm a business partner. Okay. We're talking about the church and how the church has impacted your life. Can you tell us what motivates you in life? And then they push you
let me say children, they say, when I want to make it general people, when I see happy people, like especially people who need my help and I'm able to offer that help at a particular time, to see that my help that I offered, it has really changed and transformed the person. Motivating me say, others. I really love people. I want people to be happy around me here.
Okay. Pacho, meaning say why you more village of folk like war na the beginning of Village of Hope. You saw it and you've worked with Village of Hope for a very long time now. So can you tell me how life was with the Village of Hope, your work at the Village of Hope, the challenges you had, the opportunities, how you solved them, and even the people you've worked with, you know?
Thank you. Send me a good sway. Village of Hope, like no prayer, free. I was in my say I was space no because of land issue. We have to relocate here for Bumuafete. No prayer. Even though a previous interview episode, now my cousin is now in Koko Kakra, which is in the village. But I have come to Accra to also enjoy the city life. So going back to another village was quite a challenge. And many of you but we fast our challenge we are going. That ain't easy. your call first and unlight me. And alone was very scary. So we have to live through that and then continue. Later, we have to also build the school, basic school, because there are other little children around. So to add to that, I would say that every opportunity about Ubia don't brush it aside, grab it and work on it. If it's education, something, a skill, go and acquire that skill. Because you don't know when I'll be here as a skill. It happened with me because at a certain point in Accra, I went to do a course in education to be able to run a preschool. That skill, no, ebe mu mra call village for fry PSABA school. I'm going to so, Mammy will bet me. I a teacher and I am pa. The mom and also. That's what I skill needed down into a boy. Maybe encourage you and say, then be an opportunity. Not that God is directing us to a particular path, but I doing prayer and so. Just grab it. As for education and skills, keep grabbing them. It'll flourish somewhere.
Okay. So you spoke about opportunities. When you say, yesterday, you wrap a brain, now you lights, the road wasn't the best.
Yeah.
I'm sure things were difficult, but what was the most challenging experience you had? When you went there as a new teacher or as a new worker for Village of Hope?
Becca say the new environment, be able to adapt to it. Even though, that place they speak fancy and they have their beliefs and other issues, and from where we were also coming from, it was quite a challenge to be able to understand them, for them to also understand us. Even when it comes to school getting children into the school. Because to them, at that time, Fete had only a few schools, and when Opa Chia near the child, yes, also have money see a bachelor brofo. And no, you're one. It is so Benyan Palacra, over a tear, say, brofo. Sometimes, night me a found Palani upon match you crew. No more match, and I own interactive bro for some auntie, they encouraging I starting more students. Yeah, the back, yeah, builders, that name, yeah, dying simple, so it wasn't looking that attractive, even though we had something to offer. So it was quite a challenge for them to understand that we are trying to sell something new, which the community there no first no be we nasa. Onko na nimbia, but say no. Ye call at least ye basic school no. Pala call near distinction is and not be such opportunity for them to also go to high school.
So okay. So what do you think has been your greatest achievement ever since you went to the Village of Hope?
I with the I say like to say me see so me weren't papa the question like it was compared to nowadays how things are run is totally different. It would be way too bad for someone to go into marriage that early. I was still in school, but I at a catering school at that point, but no university level, but I still went in there. But I would say that alone, being able to marry that early, went ahead to give birth to take care of my kids, that young girl, and also going back to school to get a degree was quite a very good achievement on my part. And also to add to that, say now we now I'm in a village, with God's help and other people that God has used, and I supported my husband to be able to achieve that goal. Looking back, I think it's fantastic. It's very great. God is good.
Thank you. So sometimes the beginning doesn't matter. It's the end product that is very, very important, and it can help shape your life. Brethren, this is Spotlight on the Word. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Telegram. You can download our app on Google Store, the Google Play Store, as well as the App Store. Spotlight on the Word. That's all may know the truth. Thank you. We are continuing our discussion. So, as human, I know that every day we strive to make ourselves better. We want to learn new things. We want to learn new skills so that we can also be able to fit into the society and not be stagnant. So, can you tell me where you see yourself in maybe 5 years' time? What do you want to improve on? What strengths do you want to gain?
I've realized that I have passion for counseling people, especially young people. So I want to sharpen that. I don't have any training on it. I do it, but I want to go into it further to get the right skills to do that, and also possibly go and acquire my master's degree in administration.
Okay, administration. You still
still
business. Okay. So you are a married woman, you are a Christian woman, you are also a career woman. How do you balance it? A good work life, how do you do it?
What I do is I usually plan my activities down. I look on it and arrange it according to which one needs to be attended to right away, priority. Then I go and tackle that. But I've also realized that with me, I work well at night. Mm-hmm. So some of my house chores and others, I do it at night after work. And maybe I have some point where my husband will laugh at me that if I travel somewhere and somebody come and say, I'm Faustina Asare, and it doesn't sweep at night time, you would think you have a wrong wife or something. Because I'm always trying to put my house in order at night so that when I wake up, I go straight to the point, take a shower, clean up my kid, then we go. And the weekends, my weekends, I treasure it a lot because we are so busy, especially all the time. So my weekends, I rest. But if I don't have any social invitation to go to a program to go to, I take my rest.
Okay. So you have 4 kids. What are some of the principles you have instilled in them, and how are they also growing up, in a Christian home with Mr. Fred Asare as a preacher and also as an educator?
From the beginning stage, I would say Mr. Fred Asare was always going, but I was kind of reserved, helping out in the house. But now it seems we are all both going. Mm-hmm. But the beginning stage, what I did was trying to stay at home and take care of my kids. And the usual thing, as I talked about the church is good. Like some of the things we will tell them, that will help shape them. By going to church on a regular basis, they also pick from other biblical things to better what we have taught them. So if I look back, both of them and others, they are doing so well, and it has been good.
So was it tough, or is it?
It
we are still
easy.
in the parenting business. Is it tough? Because you have 3 boys, so I know that.
Yes. It has been very challenging. But what I tell other young family people, those who have cases, that what I realize is that even though it's tough, time flies very fast. Mm-hmm. They grow up very fast. Even though it looks, when you look at it now, it looks like, when will they grow up? But they will grow up very fast, I can assure you. So I have conscientized my mind that I have to enjoy this. Mm-hmm. So when I'm doing it, I do it with fun, and try to get them that. One day, the opportunity of calling my boy, hey boy, come and sit on my lap, it won't happen because he's way going somewhere, and it's reached a certain point when they are all going to school, you cook and you don't even have anybody to eat. So we should enjoy the time, spend quality time with them, but it will fly very fast. It looks difficult now, but let's enjoy it.
So what is a memorable story you can share with us about them? Something that they did that made you so happy?
Yeah. I remember when it was my 25th wedding anniversary. They all seemed quiet about it already, not knowing they were doing a surprise something. And that day I was there, and not only they have gone to our archives, pick old pictures from our beginning, dating, marriage, wedding, everything, and giving it out to a guy to put in a nice album, telling the whole story of 25 years story, and getting other goodies around. They came in, surprised me with that. That particular day, I was so happy. I was like, wow. For the thought of them even thinking about going to get something like that, I told them I really cherish that album, and it's like, even if they bought me a car, I wouldn't have been that happy. So,
that must have been so nice. Okay, so, in life, everyone has problems. We all run into issues one way or the other. So, how do you work on a problem before seeking for help? Some people are there, when the problem comes, they would rather talk to somebody before they have the solution, or some too, they try to solve it before they talk to other people. So how do you handle a problem in your life?
I would say before I learned a different option, I was rather staying with the problem over and over again. Even though I can't fix it, I was on it, not seeking help. But life and experience have taught me so much that now I see that human beings are very diverse in a lot of ways. So I kind of go for help quickly to make the result of my problem beautiful, different, with different solutions. So now I've learned that, and I'm enjoying it as a managing director. I'm enjoying it so much that I always put the problem on the table and then get people solve it with me involved, and I get different results, and it works very well.
Okay. So, as part of our activities, we have some random questions here, and we want you to pick at least two.
Okay.
And we'll see what's on the paper. So,
I pick two at a time.
No, just one at a time. And then...
Okay.
Okay. So, first question. What would you have done differently if you had a chance to go back 10 years?
Okay. I would say, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy my marriage, but I did. But to combine that early stages in life to marry before you finish school was not easy. So going back 10 years, I would rather have gone through my education and then the marriage come next.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Another one.
Okay.
Thank you. So we have here, at what age or time would you advise a young lady to start a relationship?
Oh, wow.
And when did you start yours?
Okay. That is a good question. Yeah. I would say, for my part, I started when I was ready. I don't know why I was really growing up. The church, being born to it, you really have to. Personally, even growing up, if you're a guy, you approach me, I would say, oh, I don't want sex before marriage, then I'll be throwing that. So I was particular about that. I felt like we can have, a friendship, but for the actual act of sex, I have to. It's like a precious thing that I have to save for my marriage. So that kind of push some guys away, because maybe they will have a different intention. But for my part, I started it right after when I finished my secondary school.
Okay.
When I was about to finish, then I met someone. But interestingly, sometimes you meet people, they are not going to be the main man, the final man. So you have to be careful in your relationship. You can have fun, all right, but try to don't call for like being in secure places where you're alone to create something, and you can make it. I believe in having fun. Go to places with other friends, enjoy yourself, but save that part for your husband, because it's really special. You don't know when you are going to. It's finds odd to say that now, sometimes, especially where the environment and other issues.
Society is evolving over and over, so people have a different idea.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, one last question.
Okay.
What year did you get married?
I got married in 1995.
Oh, that's a very long time.
Yes, that's been a long time. But I'm still enjoying it though. It doesn't feel that long. Yeah. So I remember I was watching a program where they talk about who is the right person. I want to deviate a little. I believe it's not really right person per se. Everybody that you take, especially when the person have a Christian background and is ready, you are ready, he loves you, you can make it. Ladies are powerful. We have a lot of weapon, I would say, tools in us that we can make guys happy or a relationship stand. So sometimes it depends on us. We make the home, so we just have to play along. Everybody you can relate well with if you understand them, and then you try to manage them in their own way, love them in their shortcomings, because we are all not perfect.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your advice. This is Spotlight on the Word. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, TikTok, and you can also download our app on the Google Play Store as well as the App Store. That all may know the truth. This is Spotlight on the Word. Okay, before we go, we want to know what advice you have for young ladies in the church or women, as well as like other women who are at the top, because you are a career woman, you are married, you are an educator, you do lots of things. Yeah. So what advice do you have for women, both young and old?
I'll start from the young ladies. What I want to tell them is they shouldn't listen or determine only on what society said, that this is how a beautiful, intelligent woman have to look. God created all of them in so much special ways, and every lady is quite unique. So don't listen to society all the time to determine who you are. God has built a special tool in you for you to shine already. Yes. You just have to have patience, pray, listen to Him. He will talk to you, and He will direct you at the right places all the time. Mm-hmm. And to my older ladies who are on top, what sometimes happens to us is we focus more on, trying to help other people solve other people's problems, and we neglect the house sometimes. So my advice to them is we should also pay attention to our families back there, so that in future, if all our work that we do outside they are flourishing, we don't look back and regret that, oh, I really did this for society, but look at mine, they are struggling behind. We can help them along. if you are going out on activity, maybe you are taking pictures, your son can do that. Go with the son or your daughter. They will really enjoy the program and they will see you, shining for them to have a good example to follow when you are not there. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Our beloved viewers, brethren in Christ, thank you so much for joining us today. This is Spotlight on the Word. We just had a discussion with Madam Faustina Asare, Managing Director of Hope Christian Academy. Now, before we go, let's talk about Hope Christian Academy. In fact, I was there when they were building the primary and JHS. I remember I carried blocks. So
that's a good one.
Yes, and I remember Roland Bully writing our names on pieces of paper and taking. Yeah. You've carried 5 blocks, you've carried 10 blocks, so it was a memorable experience. Yeah. So if I want to bring my child to Hope Christian Academy, I know that you offer world-class education, and then the children also pass with distinction. If I want to bring my child to Hope Christian Academy, where can I find you? Okay. How can I contact you? Okay.
So the school is currently located at Gumuafete. Okay. The school is currently located at Gumuafete in the central region. And you can also find us on www.voh.com.org/academy. You can, even if you go to the Village of Hope itself website, we are there.
Okay.
Yeah, we can have all the numbers lined up for you to, and the steps to enroll your child with us.
Thank you. Hope Christian Academy is found in the central region, Gumuafete, and you can find information about the school on the Village of Hope website. So visit the website, visit your local congregations. I'm sure the preachers and the elders know a lot about Village of Hope, and then find more information. They have a boarding and day facility, so you can send your children you can choose the boarding option for your child if your child is coming from far. Thank you once again for joining us, Madam Faustina. Thank you, our beloved viewers and brethren. And we hope that you catch us live next time. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Telegram. We have some activities that we do within the week. You can listen to our podcast as well, Spotlight on the Word. Thank you so much for joining us, and please have a good afternoon.